Hi guys, I'm going to go ahead and redo my fate, my fear, my choice, my life, and as a standalone and without the echoing. Have you ever considered looking through the life you lead and how you led it? Did you play it safe, or were you a little hellion like me? How do you react when a fear pops up and settles on in? Do you consider it a task or a test? Do you view it as work or exercise? Do you feel liberated, or do you run into a wall? When a fear arises in front of you, how do you handle it? Do you feel drained as if you handle it at all? Or feel exhilarated by conquering it away? Was it rewarding, or with the thought of why me and not him? Do you blame God for the fear born within? Do you blame others? Which are you, worry and waiting, or that little aggressor by facing it, conquering it, and wiping your hands clean of it? Next, you say to yourself, what a serious workout. What I didn't mention at first is my biggest fear, death by AIDS. You know life isn't constant, and there is a treatment and no longer a death sentence, and has become chronic. But don't play stupid. I want to remind people of their hopes and future now and to come. Don't be like me, wasting time in losing friends, family, employment, and yourself in the process. I know, I had. Focus on the aspirations and dreams that you have and never let them go, ever. With that said, and reviewing reality, death now is my biggest fear, or should I say how I die. I must keep reminding myself every single day that fear is a part of me, just like my heart is. They'll always be with you, waiting patiently for its turn to pounce. Regarding death, there is no buts, ifs, ands about it. I'm going to die. But how is the real reason I'm feared by it? With fear comes a choice that I have to make. This one very fear will always be with me. So, do I stop living a happy life or begin an ailing one? If I choose the latter, then I just allowed my fear to win out and control me. The choices I make from that moment on will be based on that very decision. You may not know it, but it does. I personally know. Imagine how in life you'll miss out on. The other option is to work your ass off and face and conquer it away, so you can become stronger for the next one that arises. I want to let you know that it's worth the hard work and fight. Do you know why? Because both you and I are worth it. And I matter. You matter. We matter. I'm as human as you are. My life is mine and mine alone, and is special, as is yours. I'm just like you, and remind myself that we all have fears to face, so I'm not alone, and you're not alone. People have begun respecting me as my honest and candid words mean something of value to them. Oh, excuse me. One very important lesson I learned on my own is that who's going to respect me if I don't respect myself? I want to let you know that I'm all right. Excuse me. I remind myself AIDS isn't the only way to die. I know that for a fact. Death comes in many phases, so be careful because it might just scare you to death. Death is a reality, and there are many ways you can go. And only your maker knows when, where, why, and how. You're just along for the ride, so you might as well make the most of it. Now on to me, me, me. And with my existence, they may not have been so many times, but who's counting? I had my share of the opportunities of death as it kept knocking at my door, and many are in my book. Excuse me. I never realized it until I wrote my book. I guess I glossed over the reality of it. Let me give you a countdown of some of that I encountered. The list is not date order. While at Young Life Camp, I got in the frigid inlet to ski for the first time. A fellow campmate caught a shark. Well, what comes along with baby sharks but mama sharks? We'll say I just got up running the first time. Just call me the gay Fonzie. I had to handle a large python snake that slithered onto my 3-man sailboat. This was the day I dropped my balls and put them on. A perfect date, walking into a room filled with fear-provoking creatures. A poisonous scorpion was tossed on me just for his amusement. Date over. Coming across a fresh cougar paw print as it was that close. Breathe. Why not wake up the neighbors as I fell onto a river and into an alligator pit? Dinner served. A consequence in hand as I was pumping an air mattress while camping, and a colorful poisonous spider decided to cuddle up with me to stay warm and dry. Joy. Cruising down the French Broad River, tent and all, including me, the day I began praying. Being engulfed with a sudden surge of water where I became an instant island. I declare this a country, and I'm calling it Gwillbillies. I ended up on the death-defying cliff at the Grand Canyon. I wish I borrowed the hat from the Flying Nun. Ready, aim, fire! It's fun being a target for a car thief. Let me help and just hang out the window in the open. Just give me whatever drug so I can jump out the second floor window. Whee! Go ahead and run over me with your car or truck. I'm okay with that. Hey, where'd he go? Him? Yeah, that way. That's how you handle a gang with serious weapons in hand. Make sure you pass the test and answer honestly. When did offering help make it okay to try to murder me? What if the bank robber had a gun? What then? Lastly, my gay brothers, the saddest thing is I could have been a statistic at a gay bar shooting. This was where a gay tantrum was welcomed. With all that's been said, seen, heard, and experienced, I smelled the scent of flowers in the air while walking in the park. I now say good morning to others with brightness and joy. I look at every moment as if it's my last, so I'm rocking it like it's 1999. I'm giving more hugs and many more affirmations. Today is the first day of the rest of my life. Here are some tips from my book. Every battle and every scar has earned you a seat at the table of life. Life gives you curveballs, so accept it, deal with it, adapt to it, conquer it, and then get over it. Trusting fear only dampens you hard and fast. Trust yourself and see the length of your life extend with unexpected purposes. The policy of truth is what I believe in because nothing is more important than the truth when it comes to a question of time. With all the chaos whirling around you in the air, make sure you find that your inner peace and sanctity. I'm not living to die, but dying to live. Keep the reality of life and death in check, but don't allow it to overwhelm you, and don't let life pass you by. Thank you, guys. Peace out. Peace out.